Fight each other late enough to know exactly who we are. That should have made it easier. Maybe that's the hardest part. You had your mornings, I had mine. Our separate roads, our ways of spending time. Friends we loved and rooms we'd made. Habits built through years we wouldn't trade. And still we wanted something more. Someone waiting on the other side of the door. We wanted love without losing ground. Two finished lives with a space somehow. But love is never only I'll fit you in when I can. Sooner or later it asks us to move what we thought would always stand. How do we make love last when neither wants to disappear? How much of my life do I move just to keep you near? Can we build something that is ours without tearing down what came before? Because loving you and wanting the life love asks for are not always the same anymore. I thought I gave you freedom. You thought I kept you outside. You gave me all your practical love. I wondered where your heart could hide. We count the things we offer and wonder why they don't arrive the way we meant them when we gave them, the way they looked from our side. Maybe love is not just giving. Maybe it's learning what can be received. What feels like care inside my hands may not be what you need. And somewhere between your world and mine there has to be another place. Not you living inside my life, not me slowly taking yours away. How do we make love last when neither wants to disappear? How much of my life do I move just to keep you near? Can we build something that is ours without tearing down what came before? Because loving you and wanting the life love asks for are not always the same anymore. Maybe we needs its own table, its own mornings, its own door. Something neither one of us owned before we called it ours. Maybe I keep what makes me me. Maybe you keep what makes you you. But if nothing ever changes, there is nowhere for us to grow into. And there will come a question love cannot answer on its own. What are we willing to change so we don't have to love alone? I can love you deeply and still miss my solitude. You can be a beautiful person and still ask for more than I can lose. There doesn't have to be a villain. There doesn't have to be a lie. Sometimes love isn't real and the life around it still doesn't fit. So how do we make love last without asking either one to disappear? How do we make enough room to choose each other year by year? We build something that is ours while leaving windows open to who we were before. And we tell the truth before love starts costing more. But neither one is willing to give anymore. Because loving you is one question, choosing the life we need to keep loving each other, that is something more. We found each other late enough to know exactly who we are. Maybe love lasts when neither has to vanish, but both are willing to move.